All right, Bitcoin holders, welcome back to another brand new video. Hope you guys are all doing well and hanging in there right now for Bitcoin. So a lot of us are trying to, figure out where is Bitcoin heading? Is Bitcoin going to continue to go higher, right? Will we see Bitcoin going back up to previous highs, even reaching a new all-time high? Or will Bitcoin go lower? Is this the end of the bull market? Okay, and this is the start of a bear market, and are we about to see Bitcoin going lower? Okay, that's what a lot of us are trying to figure out right now. There is obviously a lot of assumptions and predictions out there right now. Okay, a lot of people are in fact saying that this bull cycle is going to be extending, right? Which means they're saying right next year in 2026, right around Q1, right January or even February. Bitcoin's going to continue to go higher, which means they're saying that the Bitcoin 4-year cycle is going to be breaking. Now, as I told you guys many times, I don't know, okay, if this cycle will be extending, right? I really don't, guys. But a fair few people are in fact predicting this, okay? But I told you guys many times that I don't think the cycle top is in. Honestly, I don't think 126K for Bitcoin is the top for this bull cycle. I think there is so much potential for Bitcoin to go much higher. Remember, guys, okay, we are in fact in November, right? And usually November historically is a very bullish month for Bitcoin. So I want to talk about it, guys, okay, whether we will see Bitcoin going lower or higher. So let's talk about it, guys, because there is in fact a fair few charts that I do want to show you guys today. So before I show you guys these charts, I do want to show you guys what is happening right now for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin today is looking pretty good, right? It is still holding up, above $100,000. Right now, it's currently trading at $102,000. So yeah, Bitcoin is holding up very well. You guys clearly see that. It did obviously drop quite a bit, okay, as we all know. And Bitcoin, um, yesterday actually dropped below 100K once again. We saw that, okay, a couple of days ago, okay, like 3 days ago, we did in fact see Bitcoin dropping below 100K, went as low as 98K. And then we did in fact see Bitcoin, when was this? Yesterday, right? Yesterday dropping to 99K. Okay, and now it's bounced back up, above 100K once again. So Bitcoin is really just chilling at these 100K levels, okay? But alts today, right? Alts today are looking pretty good actually, right? Past 24 hours, we are in fact seeing some greens happening right now for altcoins. I must say, alts are looking pretty good, okay? Fair few alts have in fact been skyrocketing, which is absolutely amazing to see. Zcash, I have no idea what this alt is, okay, but I know it has in fact been absolutely skyrocketing, guys. Okay, let me know in the comments below, have you guys been buying any Zcash? Okay, I know this altcoin, like I said, has been around for years now, right? And just recently, yeah, this altcoin, man, it has been absolutely skyrocketing. Just look at that, guys. Okay, literally a couple of months back, okay, back in August, it was at $40. This was below $100, and you also clearly see it's now beyond $500, which is insane. Okay, this is what alt season should look like, guys. Okay, so yeah, this altcoin has been absolutely skyrocketing. But yeah, like I said today, guys, okay, altcoins are looking pretty good. We are in fact seeing a fair bit of greens happening right now for alts. So that is always nice to see, right? It really is. Now, looking at the Bitcoin monthly returns, like I said, guys, okay, historically, November is a pretty bullish month for Bitcoin. Okay, we are now officially over a week into this month, okay, of November. We are 8 days into this month, so just over a week, okay. So we still have, another just less than 3 weeks left into this month of November. Okay, so we still have some time to see where Bitcoin will be heading, whether it will go higher or lower. Okay, but understand, guys, historically, right, throughout history, especially during bull markets, Bitcoin usually does top out in November. Okay, for example, in 2021 during that bull market, Bitcoin did top out in November. Okay, and I believe in 2017, it did top out in November as well. So usually November and December during bull markets, during bull cycles, that's when Bitcoin usually does top out, right? So we will have to see, guys, okay? whether Bitcoin will continue to go higher or lower. But like I said many times, I do believe there is so much potential for Bitcoin to have a final leg up to the upside. I do believe Bitcoin will be reaching new highs, whether that's 140 to even 150. I think that is very, very possible. I do. And maybe, just maybe, I'm not saying this will 100% happen, right? But just maybe, the Bitcoin 4-year cycle will break. Maybe that's over. Okay, maybe yes, this bull market is going to be extending to early next year in 2026, because that's what a fair few people are in fact saying, that early next year in 2026 we're going to see Bitcoin continue to go up. But I don't know about that. Okay, personally, I really don't know about that. Okay, I do believe, yes, eventually, the Bitcoin 4-year cycle will be breaking, but maybe it doesn't break this cycle, right? But we'll have to see, guys. Okay, so yeah, like I said, right, November, okay, usually is a very, very bullish month for Bitcoin. So understand, guys, last year in 2024 it was amazing for Bitcoin for November. Okay, you guys clearly see at the beginning of November, right over here. Okay, this was the start of November in 2024. And it wasn't a great start, right? You guys clearly see that it was not a great start for Bitcoin. Bitcoin actually had a correction. Okay, but then right after that correction, okay, it absolutely went parabolic. Okay, you guys can just clearly see that. Okay, and that was pretty much the election rally, right? So yeah, Bitcoin absolutely crazy, guys. Okay, in November of 2024. So remember, it wasn't a great start, and then Bitcoin just skyrocketed. So remember, guys, right now, okay, we're not seeing a great start for November, okay, for this year in 2025. Okay, it's not a great start, but will history repeat itself? Okay, history doesn't, exactly repeat itself, but it does rhyme. Okay, so there is so much potential that Bitcoin will continue to go much, much higher. Okay, remember, in 2024, it wasn't a great start for November, and then it went parabolic. Are we about to see the exact same thing for this year in 2025? Right now, we're not seeing a great start, but eventually, okay, in the next upcoming few days and weeks, we could potentially, most likely, see Bitcoin going back up to its previous highs of 126, even reaching a new all-time high. That is very, very possible. So Bitcoin holders, be prepared for that. Okay, so another similar chart, just like this one that I just showed you guys. Okay, so Whale's running the same playbook again. Okay, so yeah, you guys could clearly see we are in fact seeing some very, very similar patterns. Okay, you guys can clearly see that. So yeah, I think in my personal opinion, just looking at this, I think Bitcoin has so much potential to go much, much higher, just like what it did last year in 2024. Okay, I think there is so much potential for Bitcoin to go to like 130, 150, and maybe even higher than that. It is very, very possible. Okay, and I know I've been telling guys, we will see Bitcoin reaching like 200K this bull cycle, but thinking about it now, since time is truly running out, and personally, I don't think, okay, this cycle will be extending. Okay, I made a video already talking about this a couple of days ago, right, about the Bitcoin 4-year cycle breaking. So if you guys haven't seen that video, you should definitely check it out. But yeah, I don't think the Bitcoin 4-year cycle is going to be breaking anytime soon. But of course, down in the future, it will break, right? I don't think in the next 50 to 100 years, we're going to see the Bitcoin 4-year cycle, repeating itself. I do believe eventually it will break, but it's not going to break anytime soon, I don't think, right? Just my personal opinion. I could be wrong, guys, okay? I could be wrong. But I do believe a final leg up is coming for Bitcoin. Like what I've been telling guys many, many times. I truly do believe in that. And like I said, okay, I could be wrong here. So looking at this, Bitcoin has broken through a multi-year bullish trend line by the dip and hodl. So yeah, we know Bitcoin has in fact been on this trend line, right? This beautiful trend line ever since, the beginning of 2023 to where we are right now, okay? Towards the end of 2025, Bitcoin has been forming these beautiful uptrends. And during this uptrend, yes, we have seen many, many corrections, many corrections, okay? And I do believe, it will continue to go much, much higher, right? When we do see these corrections, that's when, it does usually bounce back up. And we have seen that many, many times throughout the years, ever since, 2023, literally the beginning of 2023 to where we are right now. We have seen that many, many times. But looking at this, guys, okay, it has broken through, okay, a multi-year bullish trend line. So it just broke below it. Okay, could this be bearish? Potentially. Okay, potentially. But I feel like it's still too early to make a call, right? Like Bitcoin is still above 100K, guys, right? It really, really is. So I feel like it's just too early to make these calls. Okay, I don't think we're going to be entering a bear market yet. I don't think 126, like I said, is going to be the cycle top. I think there is so much potential for Bitcoin to go much, much higher. So looking at this, guys, now this is actually very, very interesting. So big whale orders are back. Okay, Bitcoin's spot average order size is climbing, showing clear signs of large buyers stepping in with size. So looking at this, okay, we have been seeing a lot of big whales buying Bitcoin, right? You guys can clearly see that throughout, 2024, especially. Look at that, a lot of greens. Okay, the greens, okay, are the whale orders, guys. Okay, and the red is retail orders. So when we did in fact see that massive correction, okay, and it was pretty scary, I must say, right? A couple months back, okay, so back in April this year in 2025, so a couple months back, we did in fact see Bitcoin having this correction, and it went as low as like, I believe 74K, somewhere around there, okay, 74, 75K, somewhere around there, okay, and you have to clearly see retail investors were right. Okay, and you also clearly see we did in fact see a lot of retail investors buying Bitcoin. They took that as an opportunity to buy the dip, okay, which is absolutely amazing to see. So they were right, okay, and that was obviously some very, very scary times. A lot of people at that time, right, when we did in fact see Bitcoin dropping below 80K, and it was dropping to like 77K, right, and then I think it went as low as 74K, like I said. There was a lot of fear, of course. Okay, a lot of people were saying that's it. This is the top. Okay, that was the top, and now Bitcoin is entering a bear market. That's what a lot of people were in fact saying. But clearly that was not the top because Bitcoin started to skyrocket, went back up to 100K, and then it just continued to reach new all-time highs, right? 120, 120, and then eventually 126. Okay, so understand, yeah, retail investors were right during that time period. Okay, back in April for buying, a bunch of Bitcoin, right? But yeah, you have to clearly see. Okay, mainly we've just been seeing a lot of institutions buying Bitcoin, right? You have to clearly see. Obviously, right now a green dot is forming, so that means whales are buying Bitcoin, and we have been seeing that recently, right? Yes, we have been seeing a fair bit of whales buying into Bitcoin, and of course, we've been seeing some selling going on as well. Okay, we haven't just been seeing some buying, we've been seeing some selling as well, guys. Okay, but yeah, overall, guys, like I said, I don't think the top is in. I do believe Bitcoin will continue to go much, much higher. Now, if we want to see Bitcoin reaching a new all-time high, it's got to make a move. I want to say in the next upcoming few days and weeks. Okay, it just has to make a move, right? Because like I said, I don't think this cycle is going to be extending. Just my personal opinion. I could be wrong, like I said, but just my personal opinion. So if we want to see Bitcoin making a move, it's got to make a move ASAP, right? And this chart is showing that Bitcoin's going to be reaching 450 this cycle. As much as I am bullish on Bitcoin, I don't think that's going to be happening this cycle. Okay, in the next bull cycle, yes, we can easily see Bitcoin reaching a new all-time high beyond 400K to 500K and higher. That is very, very possible. But this cycle, that's not going to happen, unfortunately, right? I don't think so. So looking at this, guys, yeah, we are in fact seeing a lot of greens today, which is amazing to see. Okay, just like what I showed you guys right over here, a lot of alts have been going up, which is always nice to see because altcoins have been taking a big hit, guys. Like, yes, Bitcoin was dropping, but alts have been taking a bigger hit. Okay, so it's great to see, Bitcoin going up today a little bit, right? Slightly, it's back, above 100K, which is amazing. Yesterday it dropped below 100K, now it's back beyond 100K, which is always nice to see. But yeah, apparently $170 billion has been added to the crypto market today. Okay, finally some green for crypto holders. So yeah, I guess this is, nice to see, right, for a change, because we've been seeing a lot of reds recently, like a lot of reds. So it's nice to see a different color. Okay, it really, really is, guys. Now, Marcus Saylor posted this 2 days ago saying Bitcoin on sale, which it is, right? Bitcoin is truly on sale, guys, okay? And like I told you guys, right, next year in 2026, yes, I do believe we're going to see some type of bear market happening, right? for Bitcoin and crypto. Okay, and that's when we will eventually obviously see Bitcoin dropping below 100K, right? I do believe Bitcoin has so much potential to go to 80K, right back down to 70K, 60K to even 50K, 40K, right? There is potential for that. I don't think we're going to see Bitcoin dropping to like 30K or lower, just my personal opinion. But I think there is potential for it to drop to like 50K to 40K. I think that is very, very possible. Okay, we'll have to see. A lot of people are in fact saying Bitcoin won't drop as much. Like we're going to see Bitcoin dropping to like 70K to 60K and that's it. But we'll have to see, guys. But overall, Bitcoin is on sale, which is true, right? It really, really is. Okay, and a lot of us that are buying into Bitcoin, okay, we are in it for long term. We're not in it for short term. We're not in it to make a quick buck. We're truly in it, okay, for the long run, to build wealth, of course, but generational wealth, okay? So understand, guys, everyone that is buying Bitcoin, that is simply DCAing into Bitcoin, we're in it for the long run. Bitcoin is a long-term play. It's not a short-term play, okay? It's a long-term play. So yes, Bitcoin is on sale. And whether you buy Bitcoin at 100K or below 100K, that all does not matter, okay? Because we know Bitcoin is going to be going to 1 million and higher. Okay, so that is that, guys. So that being said, I appreciate all you guys for watching today's video. Don't get shaken out. Continue to buy Bitcoin. This, in my opinion, truly still the best time to buy Bitcoin. Or if you want to wait, okay, honestly, if you want to wait for next year, right? Because like I said, we're going to be in a bear market and Bitcoin will continue to go lower. It's really up to you guys, but just DCA. Okay, don't time it. Just dollar cost average. I think that's the best thing to do. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you're buying Bitcoin above 100K or at 100K or below 100K. That's all not going to matter when Bitcoin's going to be heading to 1 million and higher, right? So that being said, guys, not financial advice. Always do your own research. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. That is always much, much appreciated. And yeah, I will catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.